Yeah, hey, what's going on, YouTube family? My last Take a Ride With Me video did pretty well. So I figured I'm going to try to, over the next couple of days, I'm actually headed out of town. Hopefully you can hear me now. I'm actually headed out of town to go to a military school, knock some stuff out. So obviously my videos are personal, they're me. I don't speak for anybody, any organization, except for my channel. The channel's organization. You know, one thing I learned from the last time that I posted, it's been a while since I posted, to like, you know, just going back, I've been taking some time to kind of evaluate, you know, my niche, you know, what I'm going after, what type of audience that I want to build on YouTube. You know, what does that look like, and how can I incorporate things that matter to me, that matter most to me, right? I'm gonna turn my air on because it's hot. I don't know where y'all at, but I'm up north, and I like the cold. I love the cold. Let me be clear. If I got some stuff in my beard, I'm sorry. It's from my hoodie from my college where I'm finishing my MBA. So, I love the cold, right? So, you know, when I was considering moving up north, that was like the number one thing. I'm in New York now, and everyone would be like, "Oh my God, what you gonna do when it get cold?" I'm like, enjoy the weather. What do you mean, right? So I love the cold because I feel like it's easy to get warm. You know what I'm saying? Like, throw on a hoodie, right? I had on a t-shirt under this, you know, and usually I'm not as down dressed, but I knew that I had to drive this morning, and then when I get there, I got some stuff to do. So, you know, I wanted to be comfortable. And when you hot, right? I've been down south. Obviously, I was born down south. I've been to Afghanistan. I've been to Kuwait, you know, Germany, Korea. You know, I've been to some very different weather places, right? And so anyway, you know, getting cool is always tougher. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you can't really like take your skin off. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where it's like, you know, you got to turn the air on, take off clothes. And in some cases, I've been some places overseas where it was hotter to take your clothing off, your garment, face mask, gloves. It was hotter, like getting that direct sunlight on it. And you don't think that stuff is real until you actually experience, you know, 120 plus degree weather. It ain't no joke. And I get it, you know, people probably be like, oh, what about in California and Arizona and Las Vegas? And it probably does get hot there. It's a different type of hot in the desert. So anyway, let me wrap back to what I was saying. So I was trying to find like a good balance, like a good mix. And I want to offer a situation where I'm not, you know, going off too far into randoms that it throws off the point, such as what I just did with the weather, although that was very important information. So I decided that I'm going to continue to find that balance and make sure that I incorporate different things into my videos, right? Hopefully, you know, with these conversations as they continue, we could talk about maybe some current events. We could talk about some experiences that I've had, maybe some things that I'm going through, just life in general, you know? And I think that everybody thinks people in New York drive bad and they're mean and all that. They are. But it's really not as different as it is in other places. It's just, I think people up north are a little bit more vocal. So, you know, you might get the occasional greeting of a cuss word. You know what I'm saying? But it come with a smile. I'm just saying. If you from New York and you go through this all the time, you probably like, listen here, you amateur, you know, you rookie. That's nothing. But anyway, I was just saying, like, 3 trucks just let me in front of them and they kind of waved me in. So shout out to them for being nice today. So finding your niche, You know what I'm saying? Having an understanding of what it is that you want to bring to the table. You know, I want my channel to be valuable, right? And I'm not just talking in a monetary sense. I hope for that too, obviously, but I'm talking about in a space where you feel good coming to my channel to listen to either what I'm having to say for that day, that moment, that situation, or that topic. You know, some of my highest viewed videos are on when I was flipping houses, and then I got into new construction, blah, blah, blah. I got pretty good views on my videos where I did wholesaling, and then I started teaching wholesaling, giving classes on it. And pretty soon I'm gonna talk about, you know, my other business I have my hands in called Just Gingers. We do luxury hair and skincare products. My point is, eventually I want to talk about that on YouTube too, like how we do good sales on Shopify, and you know how we handle advertising, and you know what kind of things we do, what methods we use, and just kind of detail some things that get really a little bit more complex in how we make money in that business, right? What is a pixel, and connecting pixels for your advertising, and you know, what are your objectives for your advertising and your marketing? Is it traffic? Is it sales? You know, what type of resources and connections can you use, you know, other than just like Google ads and stuff like that, and having their tracking, but also you can have like static IO and different things like that that attract, so you can know what your users are doing. You can see what they do on your website. So it's all kind of things like that that I'm going to go into. So check it out. I'm going to figure out, I'm going to continue to have these conversations and then just plug in some of that stuff, because what I noticed was, you know, a lot of the videos that I'm seeing, if you go like niche focus, it's fine, right? And you can, I don't want to limit anyone. They probably can record hours and hours of information on that niche. That's great because they have that experience and they can talk about it all the time. I have some of the same things with certain topics. But what I ran into a problem was, which topic do I like better, right? And the reality is, like, I just like to share information. I like to consume information, share information, right? That each one teach one mindset. I feel like that's how we become better as a people. And the beauty of like the YouTube, I'm on a horrible road, so I'm sorry for the bouncing. Let me get over it. The beauty of like a platform like YouTube is you can put that information out to the masses in such an easier way now, right? You get on here, you're in your car, you got natural light going for you. I'm going into New York and the buildings are beautiful. I'm able to focus on the road, take a peek at you to make sure that the video is still recorded safely. My phone's mounted, my headphones in, capturing my voice so you can hear me hopefully crystal clear. And I get to have this conversation, and then I get to post it. You get to listen, and you get to make notes in the comments if it was something helpful, if it wasn't, etc. So with that also leaves opportunity for direct feedback, right? So I'm going somewhere with all this. Hopefully, you know, you're following. The direct feedback piece is essential, because then I'll also get to see what type of audience is being captured by the videos. Like, are you finding more people who are like, hey, I'm interested in your Shopify business, Just Gingers, right? You know, maybe I want to try your products, or maybe I want to know how you did it, or how you created them, and who you partnered with, and all that stuff, right? Maybe, you know, you're like, hey, I want to know more about when you was wholesaling real estate, you know, or fix and flip, or whatever. Or, you know, where you go to school, what you study, what you do. And it gives you an opportunity to be able to communicate with those people directly and quickly, get that feedback, and then you can expand. And that's kind of one of the key points as well. It's like being able to expand on a topic that you feel good about and that can relate to people. So that's kind of been my focus these last couple of days, is reviewing some of my older content, listening to myself. And sometimes listening to yourself, how they say you could be your own biggest critic and all that other kind of stuff. It's the truth, right? And sometimes you could be your hardest critic. And nobody tells you, or I don't hear a lot of people say this, so I'm going to say it for you. That is sometimes a very good thing. You know why? Because not everybody is prepared to take the level of feedback that they may need to hear so they can adjust. That's in life. That's in being a content creator. That's in being in business. Like, I know some people, I've been in a relationship with someone who they couldn't take feedback at all. If you say my shoes untied, they say yours is, right? Or you say your shoes untied, they're gonna say yours is too. Like, it just was never a learning moment for that person. It's a pretty miserable thing, and I hope the best for them. I think that when you think about like what we do on here as content creators, right? I've joined that party, so please don't mind me, referring to myself as such. But when you think about that, you sit back and you wonder, like, if I need to hear somebody tell me that, like, hey, your microphone is horrible, right? I couldn't hear nothing you were saying. And coming from someone else, they may put it out in a way that you may put up this wall and you block the information that they're giving you because you took offense to it, right? If you watch your own video and you hitting on a good key point, right? And come on, you hitting on a good key point, and then you miss your own point, you can't hear it, or you hear snap, crackle, pop, and all this other kind of stuff. Write that down. New mic, new headphones, whatever that case may be, and it'll allow you an opportunity to reflect on those notes. And I'm being comical. I'm just talking about a mic, whatever, but it could be a lot of things. The way your camera was, what you wore, it was distracting. You jump topics, whatever. But you take that feedback from yourself and you look at it a little bit different. Now, I'm not saying don't take outside feedback. I like outside feedback. I'm gonna be honest, I like the realness. Like, I like the raw, because I want to hear from someone who has nothing to gain by seeing me not improve. Matter of fact, maybe seeing me improve. Like, they don't have a stake in the game. So if they say, hey, listen, I noticed you were boring, right? Maybe get a better topic, something that's going to be engaging. Or, I've heard that topic a couple times, whatever the case may be, whatever the feedback may be. I'm trying to come up with negative feedback, I'm sorry. But you take that, and for me, like, it fuels me. It fuels me to challenge myself and say, all right, Jay, that came in a little bit harsh. You know what I'm saying? I needed that. This is what I need to change. It's serious. This person has nothing to gain by lying to me. They really don't have nothing to gain by telling me the truth other than, I'm a friend. And I asked for this feedback. Don't be afraid of feedback that comes involuntary either. Be open. You can make some of your biggest comebacks from analyzing yourself, analyzing feedback, and then making adjustments, right? Some of your biggest comebacks. Because the deal is, you're coming into a space. Hey, there's a truck right there with like 8 cyber trucks. That's crazy. I never seen that many of them all at once. I wish I could grab my phone fast enough to turn the camera around, but I can't. And I want to stay safe, set the example. I don't want people out, playing with their phone while they're trying to drive and stuff. But anyway, so yeah, that was it. I really just wanted to have a conversation while I was getting towards my exit, and You know, it looks like we ended on the point about like how to better yourself, how I am addressing my niche as it pertains to being a content creator and putting out interesting, engaging, and free content to engage in conversation. Sometimes I wish I could change my channel to engage in conversation, because that's the ultimate goal, right? Sharing experiences, talking about stuff that I've learned, hearing your thing. And listen, I want to be one of those creators. I'm not going to make this video too long. Excuse me. That if we have an engaging topic and we're going on about it, right? Like, for instance, I just got the new Google Watch. It's charging right now, right? It's the Pixel, the newest Pixel watch, right? And it's pretty cool. It's got a nice big screen. It's got like the bevel corners, whatever. I just got it yesterday, I think, day before. And so I don't know if I'm gonna get into like tech reviews, but I wouldn't mind sharing like insight on, you know, what this watch means to me now. I'm telling you, I had went without a watch for a long time. And if you know me, you know I don't do a lot of, oh, let me go grab that brand new. I'm not standing in nobody line for no tech, for no shoes. That's just not where I'm at, right? I'm a big Puma guy. I like Puma everything, right? If you know me, you know I always got on something Puma. It might be a hat, shoes, socks, undergarment. It doesn't matter. Like shoes especially. But anyway, so for me, like that watch that I had, that old Galaxy watch that I had, I've had it for years. And that thing, the little top even stopped turning, but it would still work. It would let me know when somebody calling, texting, whatever. So I kept it, right? But I needed to upgrade anyway. Plus I knew I was gonna be traveling, and sometimes it's kind of hard to like stop everything you're doing, pull your phone out. You know, it's so much easier to just, you know, tap and kind of go. And so I needed a new watch, and I'm learning it still, is my point. But I don't know. I'll probably do a video and kind of talk about the watch, benefits of like a smart watch, you know. But I'm curious. Like, I'm one of those, I'm a big Android guy. I know some of y'all out there do Apple. I'm sorry, you know, but I'm just kidding. But it allows you, like, this platform really just allows you to kind of, you know, I don't want to say do what you want, but do as you please as far as that. Like, if I got enough good info about this watch, I could post a video about it and we could talk about it. I could hear back from you, talk about your Apple Watch in comparison. You know, I am curious how y'all feel about the Cybertrucks. Let me close the watch stuff out. So that's the platform. That's why I love it. That's why I'm super excited about it, right? Because you're gonna have information almost every day, right? And it's just about being consistent, right? That's the real truth to the growth. I know everybody is like, on the algorithm right now, this and this and this, DoorDash, shout out DoorDash, you know, all of this other kind of stuff, but it's the consistency, right? The algorithm is supporting the consistency. All right, cool. Talk about Cybertrucks really, really quick. Obviously, I'm not a big fan of Elon Musk right now. I'm not gonna talk politics right now because whatever. But I will say that I'm not a fan of how it looks per se, but I'm also not ignorant. Sorry about that. I'm not ignorant to the fact that that is the future of vehicles, man. Y'all gotta understand, there was so much put into the Cybertruck's philosophy, the aerodynamics, the shape, the speed, the economy saving battery, the technology inside to self-drive or auto drive, whatever the mode is, right? The features, it's so much put into it. And honestly, it is within my opinion that we're gonna move farther away from round cars at some point. I do believe so. I believe because what's being proven with these Cybertrucks, and then a lot of the efficient vehicles that are, you know, closer to the Teslas, you know, and then there's, what is it, Navita, there's a Raven, I think is the one. Sorry, I'm saying it wrong. And so they're all getting into this square thing, and I believe that it is within the science of it. So maybe not a fan of the look, definitely not a fan of all of them being gray. I think that's funny. I know Shaq got one. Shaq and I think 2 Chainz, the rapper, if y'all don't know who that is, have one that's like custom orange and black, blah blah blah, whatever. But anyway, like I said, like, I think that's the future of vehicles, just because of the greatness in them. Like, what's packing? I was gonna say under the hood, or like what's under the engine, but it's not an engine, it's a battery. So anyway, I don't want to start rambling. Thank y'all for checking it out. I'll be back tomorrow, so I'm gonna go up here, get my stuff done. Y'all be safe, have a great day, and I can't wait to get back on here for the next topic. I go by Mr. J Howard. Thanks.